Hello, today I will present the Advanced Embedded System Project T.
For instruction, I must be modify the task of project 2 that form the queue to lead in the IoT server in application of NetPi and view the data in IoT server from the mobile phone such as NetPi Freeboard. At first, I have modified my code to send the information to NetPi. In this code is my already modified code. At first, I have included the PubSub client point H for use to publish and subscribe the data from NetPi, and I have defined the library about Y point H to receive the humidity and temperature value from my ESP32 Cucumber board. So that HTS 221.H is about the sensor of Cucumber board that can measure the humidity and temperature in the task queue. The variable in my program, first I have defined the constant in pin that to receive the humidity sensor and the temperature sensor that I define to constant in SCL pin 40 and constant in SDA pin 41, and the sensor is so that HTS 221 humidity sensor. For use the extra create, I have been create the second task. I have to configure the core for use in the extra create. In this part is for create the queue variable. For use the queue name is temp queue and humidity queue. Set the watchdog variable boot 0 and UDT timeout is 6. For create the variable for connect the Wi-Fi and connect in my NetPi server. QTT server is must set to the broker netpi.io. MQTT port is set for the 183. MQTT client is must come from the client ID in my NetPi server, and MQTT username is must come from to the my token, and MQTT password is come from the top secret that I have copied to paste in this code. I've set the void reconnect function or reconnect the server when it cannot connect to server. Receive queue function receive the data from the temperature sensor and humidity sensor. Send this data to keep in the queue variable that I have created by use the xqsend temp queue and xqsend humidity queue. Humidity queue and temp queue is a variable that I have created for queue in the first part of program. This variable has to receive the humidity and temp value for humidity sensor dot read temperature and humidity sensor dot read humidity. Thank you task that I have created. I have created the temp sense variable and humidity sense variable. For task delay, I have used the task delay for 20,000 milliseconds. Use the queue to receive the temperature value and humidity value from XQ receive. Use the client connected to connect the server. If it cannot connect, it will use the reconnect function that I have created from the top of program. Then the temperature, the variable is temp sense, and humidity in the variable of humidity sense in data to the serial monitor. This part of program is used to publish the data to the NetPi server. This function is a function for sleep the board that I have created. for 10 minutes. This is a function to use the watchdog every 5 seconds. I've set up the temp queue and humidity queue to set the queue range, set the Wi-Fi connected, set the client set server to connect ESP32 with my NetPi server that I have created in device. In this part, it used to reduce the frequency of CPU to 80 MHz.
In this part, it used for wake up the board every 10 minutes. In this part of setup, I have set it to have a 3 tasks about the go to sleep task, receive queue task, and send queue task that I have created before in this code.
Then I have upload the code that I have created to my ESP32 board. In my NetPi server, I have created a device. Set the name is new. My device may have the client ID, token ID, and secret ID that I have copied to the Arduino. Set the schema, set it to code schema in JSON form to receive the data from ESP board. About the additional property is to receive in the property of this schema, I have received the humidity, temperature, and pace. Time to log this is 10 minutes. In every data type of data in humidity and temperature, I set it to number, and in pace, I set it to string. Set the frequency reading watchdog every 5 seconds. Connect to the NetPi, send the data of temperature, humidity, and pace in my server. In new device status, it will online if the new board are connect to the NetPi server, and it will send the data to Shadow at first to monitoring it. In Shadow, it will show the real-time data, and it will save to the schema to show the data into the mobile phone real time. I have created the free board. Add the data source. You must set the name of data source. The device ID is from the client ID, and the device token is come from the token ID. And the feed, you must set it to yes. Save. At the next, you must add the pane like this. It will add the pane for create the freeboard. In this freeboard, I have already created it. Or see the real-time temperature. You must click to the add, and to show you the temperature, the type of the pane is a gauge, and title I have set to the temperature, and the data source, humidity data source, and come from the Shadow. Data that I have used is temperature, and unit is Celsius. Then you click save, it will show you the Celsius from Shadow. Next is humidity. To create the humidity gauge, you must use to click add in this position, and you must set it to the type to gauge. Title to humidity, and data source is from the temp humidity data source, and it's come from Shadow, and the variable is humidity. Then I have set the unit to the %H, and minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 150. It will show you the humidity gauge. The next is a pace. I have clicked to the add pane and set the data to type of text, and the value is come from the Shadow in place variable, and I click save. Then it will show you the place feed graph. feed graph I have setting it type in feed view, and the title of graph is temp and humidity, and the data source is from the temp humidity data source in feed position, and the filter is show you about what variable that I have shown, and it is temperature and humidity. I have clicked to save, and it will show the feed of humidity and temperature and time that have received the data. Then you must click to save report. It will can be seen in
the mobile phone as the picture of example that I have to open the freeboard in my mobile phone.
This is all of my project T. Thank you.